My name is Tim Hinton. I'm one of the owners of Phantom History House Bed and Breakfast here in Tampa Bay, Florida. I am originally from Atlanta and have been in Florida the last 24 years.
And I'm Steve Blanchard, the other owner of Phantom History House, originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been in Florida since the year 2000. And we opened our doors here at Phantom History House in the fall of 2022. So at Phantom History House, what we do is we give guests a unique experience. We're a traditional bed and breakfast in that we give people a great place to sleep and rest. We feed them breakfast in the morning, but we have a unique theme where we fully embrace the paranormal experience. We're all about ghost stories and Ouija boards and all those kind of things where it kind of feels like Halloween all year round.
So we call our theme creepy yet comfortable. I tend to be the comfortable side. Steve tends to be the creepy side because he's the one that has the podcast about haunted places and talks to paranormal investigators and things. But I'm the one that worries about making sure the beds are comfortable, the baked goods are delicious, and everybody has a really comfortable time while they're here. Decorating the place was very intimidating at first because we're not decorators, right? Like
No.
we both are artists and we do a lot of reading. We feel like we're artistic people in a way, but the idea of how do we find the right balance of Victorian and creepy and comfortable and what does it look like? And we had some wonderful friends that gave us a lot of advice about, well, here's the elements of Victorian architecture and colors and design, and then sort of helped us figure out how to do it. And then we just sort of figured it out together from there.
We did. We knew that we could incorporate modern touches into like the Victorian vibe.
We
as
call it
well.
modern Victorian is the design.
Yeah, so we can have that balance. And we both discovered that we had talents that we didn't know we had as far as design goes. You know,
Who knows? You're sorry, I interrupted you. Like
okay.
he's great at picking out wall colors and tile for the back. Like who would have thought? We were walking through a tile store and he had the eye for it, and I was too overwhelmed. But on the other hand, like a lot of the details and personal touches, we sort of worked on together.
Well, and you discovered a knack for the antique side. You know, you were never an antique guy. So here we would go to these antique malls and he would find these things tucked away that nobody else had seen or I would walk right past. So we kind of got that balance there as well to kind of create a space that reflects our own personal likes and dislikes. And we would, one of the common things we would say when we would find something is, you know what, this item makes me a little bit uncomfortable. We should probably get it. And then we would put it in the space somewhere.
Well, one of the things I love is that we have had every kind of guest. We've had people from every kind of place, socioeconomic status, from all over the world.
Yeah. Yeah, we've gone international, which is great. We've had some European guests here. And, you know, we see the name when somebody books a room, but we have no idea who they are until they come through that front door. So it's this immediate introduction of who we are and who they are, and then kind of reading what it is that they expect of us, which I enjoy that part. So are they going to be conversational, or do they just want the Wi-Fi password and know how to get into their room? You know what?
And some people do just want to be quiet and left alone, and that's great too. Like whatever they want their experience to be is fine.
Yeah,
but a lot of times people do want to talk and interact.
Yeah, because I think if you're looking for a bed and breakfast, you kind of expect that. And to Tim's point, we've had people with all kinds of different backgrounds, you know, different racial backgrounds, sexualities, nationalities, all of the things, which I really like, because who else can say that somebody came to my house from the Czech Republic and we chatted about their favorite sites there? You know, not many people get to say that, but we get to say that now because it happened.
Right, and because we're bed and breakfast, we're always here. That's the difference in like an Airbnb or a hotel or something, is they're really a guest in our home. Yeah. And so, you know, there's that sort of comfort level, and they usually do expect to interact. And of course, we're going to cook them breakfast and baked goods and all that stuff.
And one final thing to say on that, more often, I think what surprised me is there's been plenty of times where a guest leaves and we stay in touch. You know, they'll text, a hurricane blows through and they'll check in on us, or they're in a place where a hurricane hits, we'll check in on them. So we've made these connections with people all over the country that we still maintain, maybe infrequently, but they're still out there, which is a cool bonus from the
it's a wonderful compliment.
Yeah. I think the culture of Phantom History House is all about sharing your perspective and your experiences. We're in a world now where we're all on our phones, we're all on our computers. Social interaction doesn't happen as much as it used to. It makes me sound like the old crotchety guy that lives at the
And that's
cul-de-sac.
usually my role.
Right, exactly. Wait, no, I shouldn't agree to that. But now people can come into this space, and you'll notice that downstairs there's not a television anywhere. That's by intent. That's
and
purposeful.
people often mention how quiet and peaceful it is, and hopefully the environments we created are really beautiful and make them relax. In this room there's a fish tank because it's very calming. There's books and beautiful antique stained glass lamps.
Right.
So we're trying to create an environment where people are comfortable,
Right.
and then also where it's a safe space. And this is the part that's really important to us is everybody has a ghost story, but they often don't feel like they can tell anybody, right? Like where in our culture is it safe for you to say, well, I saw this ghost when I was a kid?
Yeah, we like to think that you can leave the real world on the other side of the front door for a while. There's things, politics, religion, all that can stay on the other side of the
Turn it all off for a weekend.
Turn off the craziness and just come in here and relax and be yourself. And we want this to be a safe space for everybody, and everybody's welcome.
And I do think it's when people feel like they are in a safe space and they can really start to be themselves that it's really wonderful. You can see them physically relax. That's my favorite thing, is when somebody comes here and after a little while you can see they're relaxing into the space, they're turning off the world for a little bit. That's an experience we're trying to give our guests. And then a lot of times it does end up being, because we have a paranormal thing, they'll be like, well, maybe I can tell that sort of creepy thing I don't usually talk about.
Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky. It had a one long horn and one big eye. I commenced to shaking and I said, ooh-wee. It looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. A one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater sure looks strange to me. Oh, well, he came down to earth and he lit in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. I heard him say in a voice so gruff,
I wouldn't eat you 'cause you're so tough.
it was a one-eyed one.